Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Final Fight Double Impact, and in case you're wondering why it's called Double Impact, it's because basically you get two games. So the first game is Final Fight. It's a port of the arcade version. It's something that I've been begging to get my hands on a console in this gen for so long. Especially, I mean, you'll know if you've been watching my VC vids and that I've done 2 and 3 on the VC, and I was begging for it to come to the Wii, and instead, basically, Sony answered my prayers instead of Nintendo. So I simply bought it on the PSN instead of on the VC. So yeah then, Final Fight, if you've never played it before, is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. But the reason it's called Final Fight Double Impact is because you get another game on this. You get Magic Sword. Now, Magic Sword's a bit different, and it's also the game that no one seems to be talking about on this, and no one seems to like care about at all, so it's actually the one that I'm going to start with first. So, simply, you can start a new game, you can jump into any game that's online, you can create a custom game so you can play local or online co-op, you can view the vault, which is basically unlockables and stuff. By completing certain challenges you can unlock artwork and stuff like that, and it's all very naff, to be fair. The vaults for both games are pretty poor. I honestly don't even see the point in them being there. I mean, maybe it's just that they had some extra stuff and decided to chuck it in, I don't know. But anyway, and help and options is very basic, just teaches you the controls of the game and just stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to cut into the gameplay. So here we go then. The whole point is it's a side scroller. You go left to right, right to left, kill the enemies, and you have to find the door that leads to the way up. Because basically you're ascending a tower, although obviously at the start you're not, you're getting to the tower, and then you're ascending this tower to get to the top to defeat the big bad boss, and from there you've then got a choice to be evil and take the power for yourself, or be good and destroy the power and save the land. So it's got replayability in the fact that you can beat it twice with 2 different endings, and that's actually 2 of the trophies. Do it bad, do it good. So there we go then, that's pretty much that simplified then. There's, as you might have noticed, all sorts of stuff going on. There's basically a constant horde of enemies. You can collect all sorts of things to help you out, like magic and that, so you can get it so you can throw fireballs out of your sword more often than just waiting for the bar to charge. You can open doors and rescue people, and they'll actually come out and help you, so you can get all sorts of things like a knight, mages, a thief, and just ninjas, just stuff like that, daft stuff that you wouldn't even expect the ninjas. I mean, totally different period as far as I'm aware, or at least different setting and country and that. So they come out and they do things like throw shurikens, or throw fireballs, or throw massive balls of energy, or, you know, have a crossbow and that. So they're there to basically be used. They're quite useful, and they actually get an energy bar, which I'll try and show off just by simply getting one. But in the bottom of the screen there's all sorts of things going on again. It shows you what types of keys you've got, because you need keys to open the doors. And when you actually get one of the characters, like this one here, funnily enough the ninja, then there you go, you'll have noticed bars have appeared, and it basically tells me what's going on with him. So they've got an energy bar, they can die, and if they die you simply get a new one. You can however replace them at any point if you want to, and you can also get more powerful of the same creature. So you might be able to notice that it says L1 next to me ninja, that means he's the first level. You can get them up to 8, I think it is. If there is 9 then I've never seen them, and it is just your basic left to right hack and slash from there on in, really. There's nothing special about it to mention, other than that it's got 51 floors and it can be played in co-op. And by floors I do actually mean levels, and not it's got 51 things that are severely wrong with it. I realised how that actually sounded when I said it, but it's got 51 different levels on it. There's all sorts of things to discover, and it can take a little bit of a while even in co-op, but it is shorter in co-op. So yeah then, I'm just going to shut up, let you listen to a bit of the music, which I will mention right away that you can actually, on both of these games, change the music and the graphics to how you want them. You can either have them new, sleek and HD with new remixed music, or you can put them classic. I personally hate how they look in HD and hate how they sound, but I will, of course, for the interest of the vid, show off both settings type thing, and let you listen to both types of music. So this is classic Magic Sword. So that was a little bit of classic Magic Sword, and it's also a good time to come out to speak because that's one of the main bosses, because as you might notice just there and then, when you actually defeat a main boss you get a weapon upgrade and you can get shield upgrades and that, and it's just pretty much constant as you go through, you get better stuff. So as I say, that was classic. I'm now going to cut into, well, remixed. So that was remixed, and that was also remixed on both games. I basically done that so that way I could segue into Final Fight and to minimalise how many cuts that my brother's going to have to do, because otherwise he'd kill me. So anyway, this is Final Fight. You've got the same options as you did in the last game. You can play it local co-op, online co-op and stuff like that. When you start the game, there's a choice of 3 characters to choose from. Personally, Hagar's my favourite. He's the mayor of the city that you're basically trying to defend and kill all the gang members and rescue your daughter and that. You've then got the daughter's boyfriend, and they've then got Guy, who's a bit weird because Guy's pretty much someone who just came along with a ride and then kicks the crap out of Cody at the end of the game. Doesn't make a bit of sense to me, but I love it because I absolutely hate Cody. Don't know what it is about him, I just personally hate him. I've hated him in pretty much every game. It's not that he plays bad or anything, it's just the way that he looks, the way that he sounds. I mean, he's just annoying, and I don't know why. So anyway, the whole point of this Final Fight is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. You go left to right, kill the enemies, get to the end of a stage, you get a boss. You kill the boss, you go on to the next level. You do this for all the stages. Game takes about 40 minutes to beat, but you will replay it over and over and over again. It is amazing, it is fantastic. It's probably my favourite of all time of these side-scrolling beat-em-ups. I mean, there's been some good ones like Streets of Rage, and can anyone even remember Captain Commando? Personally love it, but no one seems to ever talk about it. So yeah, there's been some good ones, there's been some bad ones, but this is definitely one of the best, and if you like the genre, then it's well worth looking at, especially because, again, for the price of, well, I think it's $7.99 at the moment, but might be on sale, might not be on sale, God knows when whoever's watching this is watching it. So, for the price, you're getting 2 good games, because I do like Magic Sword. Don't get me wrong, Final Fight's the star attraction here, it's definitely the best of the 2, but Magic Sword is still good. And there's nothing really left to say about the game at all, other than to leave you with some of the old school music for Final Fight. So that was some of the music, and seeing as I've got a little bit of extra time, I might as well go more into the depth of the gameplay, because thinking about it, if you haven't played it before, then what I've just done is pretty piss poor, to be fair, because it's the type of thing that I'm expecting everyone to have played it. So anyway, as I say, you go left to right, you kill the bad guys, but there's a load of things that you can actually do. First up, you've got moves. You basically have a punch button and a jump button, and pushing both together does a special, which actually takes some energy off you. You've then got energy that you can obviously therefore get back by collecting certain meats and stuff like that. There's all sorts of weapons to pick up as well. There's knives, there's katana sword type things, there's drain pipes, and the one thing about Cody I will say about this, because as I've already mentioned, it's not the gameplay about him that I dislike. Cody is rather cool when it comes to knives, because when he picks them up, he doesn't just throw them, he can actually stab with them, and it means that you can use it as a proper weapon, whereas with the other characters, you instantly throw it. I mean, if you get lucky, you can sometimes do an attack if it makes a mistake, but you mainly throw the knife straight away, and it's just a bit annoying, because it's the type of thing, if Cody can use a knife like a knife, why the hell can't the other two? So, yeah. There's nothing really, though, much left to say about the basic gameplay, other than that there's also a couple of bonus stages, which are just usual classic stuff from Capcom, like the car beating ups there from, well, to be fair, if you're the new generation of gamers, then it's from Street Fighter 4. If you're the old generation of gamers, it's from Street Fighter 2. And you've then got a bonus game where you can break some glass as well.